Hey everybody, welcome back to Pints and Projects. My name is Tyler, and if you've been on the channel for any period of time, you've probably seen my Argus C3 restoration video. In that video, I talk a little bit about my camera collecting. I love collecting old cameras. It's one of my favorite things to do. Well, I managed to pick up some things this weekend, and I'm really excited to show you guys, so let's kind of just jump right in. So here's what I got at the first shop I stopped at. Kind of got like a whole bunch of different like little things here. So of course we have two cameras, and then we have a mystery case. It's a mystery case to you guys, but I know what's inside. I was really excited to see these because they didn't want hardly anything for these. They wanted 10 bucks for this, which it came with this beautiful condition box. Like, it's in pretty good shape for its age. And then we also have this guy here. This is a Bell & Howell Filmo Sportster. So, and then of course we have the case, and they only wanted 6 bucks or 7 bucks for that, 8 bucks for this. Yeah, not too bad for, you know, walking into the thrift shop. I think I got this stuff on Friday, and I'm filming this on Monday. Let's look at the Kodak first, just because it's really cool. I love these old boxes, like, make marvelous full color movies, outdoors, indoors. And then like the other side, it's everybody's movie camera. It's so easy. It's so economical. It's just so goofy. But yeah, this number 82, fine fast 2.7 f-stop lens. The Brownie line was kind of just like, I think like Kodak's like main line at the time. But what I really like about this this movie camera is that it's all mechanical. There's no electronics in this at all. It's 100% mechanical. So in order to actually take video with it, you would wind this up like so. Then you hit the shutter, and then it's going. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So they made these in the mid-50s. So it's not terribly old, but it's really cool. I like the Art Deco style. It just looks really, really neat. So you have your different f-stops you can do right here. So it looks like it goes all the way to f16, and then it goes all the way down to 2.7. And then it's kind of neat because you have these like half stops in between, which is kind of really cool. I actually really, really like that. And then of course you have a lock so you don't accidentally bump it. You got your indicator of where you are at on your film reel. So it looks like this has a 25-foot reel that would go inside. These are your viewfinders basically. So you would look through, you put your eye up to this hole, and then I think it's like anything within this little box is in your shot. So that's kind of interesting. Here on the side, it has a general like, hey, if you're shooting with Kodachrome film, daylight type, here's your settings here. So if you're in open shade and you know it's kind of dark, you'd shoot with 2.8, so pretty much wide open. And then to open it, if you wanted to swap your film, you press down that little guy, that slides open, this comes off. Here's your little dial to adjust once you get it set with film. You'd set it to loaded, and then you're pretty much ready to go. It's got 2 reels in here. Seems like it's pretty straightforward. The one thing I really like about this though is that it shows you where to route it, and then it comes out and then goes into this reel. So that's pretty neat. Pretty easy to load. I'm kind of excited. I've always wanted to shoot on 8mm film, and I've been looking for something like this, something compact that would fit in a bag, that I don't really have to worry about like anything like electronic going wrong with it, just because this is so mechanical. It's so simple to work on. Now, the tricky thing is that there's 2 different types of 8mm film. I didn't know this until recently when I was I came into ownership of an 8mm movie camera, and it's not Super 8. It's regular 8. There's 2 different types of 8mm film. So you have your 8mm film, you have your Super 8 film. They're completely different. But yeah, I've always wanted to try shooting film and even developing my own film. So I figured, you know, it'd be kind of neat to see if I can get film for this, which I know that they still have 8mm film, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But I'll get some black and white and then try to develop it on my own and see what happens. But yeah, definitely that'll be a video that you guys will get to see if I ever do it. But it's kind of neat. It's got even a tripod mount on it, but I like this like leatherette wrap. It's pretty neat. And most importantly, it's got the manual. So it's got everything you need to know. It's everybody's movie camera. It's as easy as this. You wind the motor, you set the lens, you press the exposure lever, and that's it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Kind of just runs you through a general guide, how to set your lens opening, all that cool stuff. They just say don't load it in direct sunlight. They show you how to spool it, how to set your lever there. Pretty easy. Not too bad. It's pretty cool. And then they have like different guides for your lens and stuff, which is kind of neat. Very cool. Some like neat little things for panoraming and stuff. Oh yeah, and it talks about lens attachments, all that cool stuff, filters. Lens is built into the camera and cannot be taken out for cleaning. If the lens should need cleaning, first blow away dust or grit, then wipe away surface with lint-free cloth wrapped around a matchstick. Oh, it's got a serial number on it. It's underneath this little piece here. Yeah, there's our serial number, 75128. So if anybody has like an exact year that this guy was made, yeah, please let me know. I think this thing's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to play with it a little bit. It's gonna be really, really cool. And then this guy, I don't think is ever gonna work again, to be quite honest. So this guy's quite a bit older. As you see, it's got a lot of rust on it. However, it is in working condition. As I found out when I was looking at it, this will wind back up. It's just really hard to get your fingers in here. So you wind this up. It's the same as the Kodak Brownie, and then, yep, and it's running. Super silent, so it still works really, really good. But as you can see, there's like these like little, like there's supposed to be like little knobs sitting on this, I think, like to set your film speed, and this is supposed to be like your indicator for where you're at on your film. And I don't know if these are like little arrows that used to be here. I honestly don't know. But yeah, as you can see, it's got a couple different. And then you have this guy here, which, oh god, it's got film on it. Oh god. Well, I have just exposed it to light, so there's no notes on it. I don't know what to do with that. I mean, I'm holding it under an extremely bright light, so I'm sure I probably ruined it already. I don't know. I guess I'll just keep it in there. Somebody shot something with this, and it's probably not even legible anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'll send it to like the film project or something and see if maybe they can recover anything off of it. But yeah, like I said, this is probably just going to be more so like a display piece than anything. So this guy was made, if I remember right, early 40s. I think they made it into like the mid 40s. I could be wrong, but yeah. So this one's a little bit older than the Brownie, but it's honestly really cool because like this thing is hefty. It's made out of like real good metal. But that kind of leads us into this guy. So they had the case here, and of course it's separate because why wouldn't it be? But yeah, I discovered, so they had it open. It had flash bulbs in it, and I was like, well, the flash bulbs are definitely worth $7, especially if they're good. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy those. So, but in looking through this, it actually has some stuff for the Brownie and for the Filmo. Yeah, so here's like another lens for it. Yeah, so this one's got a lower f-stop on it. So this one's a max of 3.5. So this one goes down to 2.5. Oh, it's a wide angle. Oh, I'm looking at it all backwards. So how does that go on there? Oh, yeah, it just screws on. Yeah, it's a wide angle lens. Wow, that is really cool. Then we have this guy here. Doesn't really say what it is, but it's got a pretty wide f-stop selection there. I think it's a 1.9 to 22. Oh, look at that. It's filters. It's kind of neat. They don't really look like they fit on here, though. There might be like an attachment in here for them, though. Let's see what we got in here. A little film tin. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so when you would have got your film for the Brownie, they would have came with this little card to slip into your movie camera. Does this fit on? Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, so you can put little filters on there. Yeah, this filter is really dirty. Needs a good cleaning. Yeah, quite a little bit of stuff for this guy. I'll have to just kind of go through that and see what's even worth keeping. But that leads me into the next thrift store that I went to. There's a little flea market down in Harrisonville. It's really great to go to because, man, it's just a giant place and people can rent out booths and stuff. And in one of them, I really wish they would have kept the tags on it. It was really cheap. I think I paid like $6 for this. $6. And the great thing about these brownies, like this one's a little bit older. I think it's like mid 40s, late 40s, somewhere in there. But yeah, these are really great. You have two viewfinders, one here if you're doing a landscape, one here if you're doing a portrait. So pretty straightforward. You got your little viewing lens here so you can see where you're at on the film. And yeah, so these are your two viewfinders, and then that's the actual like camera part of the camera. So to put film in this, you pull this out, you pull this little guy. It's kind of better to do this with two hands. Then you pull them apart, and it's that simple. Something to note about this camera, as opposed to like the other box cameras. I don't remember if I showed my other box cameras in my last video, but the thing to note about these, like the Kodak ones, they take 620 film. They don't make 620 film anymore. However, you can take 120 film and use them in these cameras. You have to unspool it from the 120 film roll and then re-spool it back onto a 620 film roll. And then in the same booth, I got this one. I guess I can make a little bit of space for it. I got this guy. This is cool. I've never seen one of these with the box before, and I'm super excited to have one with the box. But yeah, it's a Brownie Hawkeye. They made this in the mid-50s as well. But yeah, it seems to be pretty much complete. I mean, I would assume it came with flash bulbs. Obviously, it doesn't come with flash bulbs anymore. But yeah, man, these are just so cool. Look at them. So much more simpler and like just more polished than the other ones, these older box cameras. You know, these of course take a larger size photograph, so you don't get as many shots out of this as opposed to something like this where you actually get like a square photograph. My other medium format camera, my Spartus is it a full view? I can't remember, but it's a Spartus medium format camera. And anyway, you can take 12 photos on a roll of 120 as opposed to like one like this where I think you're like limited to like 8 or something like that. So 8 shots versus 12 shots, it just kind of makes more sense just to do these, and then you can crop them in as you see fit. But that's your viewfinder there. That's your long exposure there. So you press and hold that, and yep, that holds that open. Then if you want to just take your instant like that, to load these is pretty simple. You just unlock and come apart, slam your film in it. This also takes a 620 film roll. I actually like how much this one looks like it'll actually come apart, so that's actually quite helpful. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, then we have this. This is the flash. So, I've never actually played with one of these before, but I actually haven't looked to see if there's batteries in it, and there's batteries in it. Oh, well, that worked out. They're not leaking. Look at that old logo. 9 lives. That's pretty neat. Yeah, we'll have to get some C batteries to put in that. Yeah, who would have thought C batteries were a thing? I thought people were trolling me when like I bought something that needed C batteries. Now, funny thing about this, I bought this not knowing this, but those flash bulbs I bought, right in there. Oh, cool. So that worked out really well. I'm kind of excited to take like some medium format shots with this attached to it. Man, that's gonna be really, really cool. I'm really excited. I've always wanted to try, and now I have a reason to. Hopefully these bulbs are still good. I'd imagine they probably still are. The only problem with this is the box. That's it. The box is a little messed up, but I think we'll try and glue it back together and see. Luckily it's got this nice like inner box, so I think if we just kind of glue it back together, it'll hold itself. Oh yeah, then yeah, here's your cheesy Kodak thing. If it's made by Kodak, you know it's good. Let's take a look at some of these really quick, see if we can get them kind of cleaned up and going again. Let's start with the older one, just for funsies. So this one's a little bit different than the ones I've done before. This is my first 620 I've ever had, but I like the look of it. It's pretty neat. Yeah, so These have like little nuts on the front. Nuts. They have like little nuts here on the front. Well, I guess they're more like bolts, but they look like nuts. Yeah, and then the faceplate comes off. You want to be really careful not to lose those because they look really easy to lose. Okay, faceplate comes off. There's your lenses right there. Shouldn't be anything else for us to clean, but I'll pull this out anyway just to be sure. Yeah, there is a little lens there. There's like a second lens. Wow, look at that mirror. Ooh, that's gross. I don't know if that's gonna clean up. Yeah, I think that mirror is damaged. So yeah, take some rubbing alcohol. Take a Q-tip. We'll clean the faceplate first. Stick that in there. Yeah, we just want to clean her real good. Yeah, then we take our microfiber, we wipe them off. Yeah, look how shiny those things are. Oh my God. My Lord. No. What did I do? I just lost all the screws. Are we serious right now? How did that happen? Oh, that's cool. Oh, I fooled myself. They were under the cap the whole time. Dude, I was freaking out. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I seriously lost all of those? Seriously, it hadn't even been like 50 seconds yet. Now we're gonna do the mirrors. Mirrors can be a crapshoot, especially like this one, as you can see. Doesn't really look the best. It's kind of got like some residue on it. Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. It's just the backing of the mirror is like no longer in visible shape. Yeah, that's not even usable as a mirror anymore. Okay, so now with this thing pulled out, we're gonna take a fresh Q-tip, dip it in there, and then we're gonna hold open our little doodad there, and then we're gonna wipe our actual lens. That's what I really like about these old cameras. Like, look at these mechanisms. So there's your instant. Pull this out, which is really annoying. I don't know who designed this, but it was stupid. There we go. Yeah. Like, who comes up with this? Like, seriously. Like, just look how it snaps. God, that is so cool. And then you have this extra little doodad right underneath. Wow, that is really cool. I actually used a Brownie as my first camera. My mom had a bunch of these kind of like Brownie cameras as just like antiques, like just stuff to like fill the shelves and stuff. And I remember playing with them when I was a kid and not knowing what they actually were. I didn't know that they were actually cameras. And yeah, I took one out shooting and I got some really good pictures back. I was kind of shocked on the quality of pictures I was able to get with something that was, you know, as old as these. I mean, a lot of these are, you know, made with wooden or cardboard like boxes and stuff, you know. This guy's ready to shoot again. I mean, minus the landscape. Landscape's unseeable. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it is literally unviewable. But yeah, pretty simple little doodad. Not too bad. Let's move on to the Hawkeye really quick. Shouldn't need a nut driver for this one, I don't think. Yeah, just look how dirty those lenses were. That's gross. Really gross. So this one's all Phillips screws, which is actually quite nice. I'm assuming it's just 3 screws. I'm gonna try really careful to not strip these out. Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna come out. Well, that's unfortunate. And we can come from this back side and clean. That'd be ideal. It's honestly quite clean in there. Yeah, what a bummer. I can't get to that. Kind of a bummer though, because I kind of wanted to clean the mirror as well, but I guess it's pretty sealed in there, because it can't get terribly dirty. I know the lens is definitely dirty, for sure. I'm excited to take pictures of this one. This one's really cool. Okay, push that out of the way. All right, so there's all that. So now we can kind of do a quick little clean-a-rooney on this. Little crevices here. It's honestly in pretty good shape for its age. Yeah, looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy about that. Now let's pull out this guy really quick. Give it a quick wipe down. Just needs a good cleaning. Polished up quite nicely. Not a whole lot of work that needed done to this guy. So that's cool. All right, put that back in the box. Yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'm excited to share some results from these. You know, I definitely need to make a video where I just go out and I put, you know, 3 or 4 rolls of film through these. But yeah, let me know if you guys would like to see something like that, or if you guys would like to see like some videos of me trying out some of these 8mm film cameras. I'm really excited to try this out. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.